Hello, everybody. I am Yolanda Marie. There's a message today from the Arcturians about shifting, moving, okay? They're saying basically be prepared to move and shift while in movement toward your goals. Of course, I have my handy notes here. I don't want to miss anything. And this does apply to these energies coming in too, but it's timeless. This isn't something that you're going to use because this energy has come in and because we're at a certain point. This is how this works. It's just that it's going to apply to us now, so far, in terms of our progression, really more than ever. Okay? All right, so they're saying, and all of this is pretty much quoted, okay? So I'm going to do a lot of quoting here in terms of activation. All right? So they're saying when you have a goal, keep in mind you are bearing forward is how they put it, okay? You are bearing forward. And they're saying keep in mind that the moment you conceive of this goal, you are moving toward it. The moment you conceive of it, all right? They say the very instant. And so what you want to keep in mind also is that you have conceived of this goal very likely on other levels. All right. So now they're talking about other selves who are involved in your progression, and your guides are involved with that as well. Okay. On other levels. And so they're saying once you've conceived of this, it's very likely on other levels, it's already in motion. They're saying basically, even before you consciously realize that this goal is in mind, it's already been pushed forward into your consciousness. All right, from beyond your current conscious state. That's why they bring up the other selves, the other components of ourselves, because we are multidimensional, right? There are many different, we can think of them as layers, but they really are, in this instance, talking about literally the other fractals of self, the higher selves, and also the team that's helping you move. This is all very often playing a part in what you decide your goal is, what your mission is, what your purpose is. They're all playing a role. Now, it's all up to you. The rest is support, okay? And this is not coming from the channel right now. This is just coming through in this moment. Their support, this is still directed by you. Nothing outside of you can tell you which way to go. And actually, they do get to that later, all right? But so their point here, though, is that by the time it comes into your consciousness, like I see this in front of me, and now I know this is what I want to do, anything big or small, but especially something that fills your heart, very heart-driven, right? It's already been pushed into your consciousness from a conceived state, which is more expanded than the current physical self, okay? So because of that, you're already in forward motion. So everything that's already been said here was said for that purpose, so that you can realize you're already moving forward. You're already moving. You're already moving. By the time you're super, super conscious of this, you're already on your way. Things are energetically already putting themselves together to push you, to usher you into another state of being, another level, or toward, even if it's a lateral move, to in this direction or the other. Hopefully this helps alleviate some of the false guilt, anxiety, where we're worried that we're not doing enough. This is a very natural state of being for a human. This isn't something that is, unexpected or to worry about if you're feeling this. That's natural. We're just next leveling this, okay? As I make up another term here, you guys, we're just next leveling this thing and peeling some of the layers of the denser pieces of our humanity, because we're not going to become less human. We are reforming. We are becoming the new human, all right? We're bringing that in. That's what's happening. And by the way, we want to be sure to remind you that what you are in actuality doing is ushering the original divine template forward. It is not so much new in terms of whether it is original. It is going to be new in terms of the progression on the planet. We are the Arcturians. We love you. End transmission. Okay. Okay. And so you can receive the energy that's coming through right now. And they're saying this is our intention. This is their intention. Many times when they come through to drive a point home or add new pieces of the message, new components, new information, it is really to usher more of the high frequency nonverbal communication to you. Okay, so that's what's occurring, okay? And so in as much as you feel comfortable, you can integrate this into your field consciously. You can allow it to come in. If you don't feel comfortable with that, you can certainly block it. If you are newer to this and you don't understand quite what this high frequency coded information is, and that's okay. You can do some research about codes, frequency, sacred geometry, things like that, tones. The majority of this group, however, will understand what is being received by their body, and all coming into this sphere of influence, this stream of focus, will understand innately how to integrate this information without being conscious of this. Okay, in transmission, those were the Arcturians, okay? All right. Okay. All right, and so what they're saying, to get back to this, their point is, by the time it comes into your consciousness, this goal, okay? This goal, you're already in motion. You're already in motion. You can release any doubt there. All right, and so, and they want to remind us, keep in mind as you travel, and they're saying your energy travels, it's always traveling, it's always moving, you're always in motion. You are energetically in motion at all times is how they put it, okay? And so they're just driving that home in this message once again. They really want to remind us that we are always in motion. As events transpire forward is how they put it, okay? And as you consciously move forward, even if it's only in thought form, like even if there is no physical activity, be prepared, and they use the word to oscillate, Look at this in terms of, what do you expect to see evolve with this? What is your initial expectation? Be prepared to shift that a little bit. That's what they're saying. Whatever that original intention was and how you saw those steps unfolding, get okay with the fact that that might shift a little bit, so that if and when it does, and it likely will, because you're always in motion, as was previously stated just now, this is going to help you, if you keep that in your awareness, right? And you're ready for that, it's going to help you stay balanced. That's what's being talked about here. This is going to help you stay very balanced, help your energy remain balanced, and help you maintain very balanced movement. Here's another thing, while all of this is going on, don't judge this. When things shift and change, don't judge these things necessarily. Be prepared to flow with them without the expectation that you should have done something different. Be prepared to go easy on yourself and release the judgment that innately used to come previously, went along with, well, I should have done this and instead I did that. You know, why did this play out this way? All of these questions. And so they say also, if at any point while you're moving toward this goal, you feel undue circumstances or emotional pressure is a big thing too, because there are others around us who may begin to understand what it is you're doing, and they're probably rooting for you. Many of them will be rooting for you, and you feel this pressure from them, which is very well-meaning, very often well-meaning, okay? So that type of pressure and the pressure you're putting on yourself, it's not that they shouldn't be rooting for you or anything like that. It's for you to let go of this expectation and also of trying to please them, and just know that they're coming with you anyway, whatever way this plays out, whether they understand it in the necessary now moment or not. And so, yeah, they're saying, be prepared that all of these things may shift. Now listen to this. This is beautiful the way they put this, okay? Now I'm definitely going to quote this. They say, this is indeed your journey. You are still the master of your journey and your team will follow you. Speaking of the spiritual team, okay? Your team will follow you and follow your heart-conceived notions to the fullest extent of their abilities. Okay, let that sink in. No one is going to abandon you. Your soul family is not going to abandon you. And if there is some soul family in human form here, they're going through their own physical thing and their own expansion. So you cannot expect for them to every step of the way understand everything as they're also going through their own process, awake or not, by the way. Energy is moving for everybody, whether people are aware of what's going on or not. Okay, another strong point as you step into this wisdom, as you become the wisdom in your village, as you become the tribe leader, because that's what's happening. Okay, that is, I don't want to say the hand you've been dealt, although that's what I've heard, but it's not quite, that has a negative connotation. That's not quite what's meant, okay? Because really that's what you've taken on yourself, this responsibility. And at some level, whether people even realize it around you or not, they don't even have to realize that you're that wisdom, because words do not convey necessarily the same energy as just being it. We've talked about that before. And so, yeah, so hopefully all of this information is going to guide you in your momentum forward, is how they put it, okay? Now, I have to quote the Arcturians here again. I mean, they really, really had some wonderful things to say. Listen to this. They say, hopefully this will help to guide you in your momentum forward in your utmost heart-rendered, beautiful, joyous goals of creation and love. And just journeying in general, just the journey, okay? Just the journey. They say sometimes the goal is the journey. Sometimes the goal is life, and where you are concerned, your life is creating a path forward for lives that come after you to have more authentic ease, more connection to their power source, and therefore more freedom. This is what you are doing. This is what you are doing. This is their point, okay? So that's why there's not going to be a wrong turn in the way that we think of this, in the way we analyze everything and judge everything, or have previously done so. They say, observe this freedom within yourself now. So the same freedom that they're saying you are creating the path toward for others who will wake up after you, perhaps even generations after you, of course, right? They're saying, observe that freedom within yourself now. Observe this now. Okay, so that is the message, soul family. I hope it makes sense. And I love you so much. I will talk to you again very, very soon. Namaste.